This is the perfect example to go through. All right, so all right, let's go. We always start exterior first and then work our way inside. So exterior wise, what I'm looking at is the property with the green carpet and the awning to the right is the subject property that we're talking about that needs repairs. Okay. So you just have to look at from I always look at the top of the picture and then work my way down with my eyes to figure out what needs to be done. Okay. And I'm talking about every detail. As I look at the top of this picture here, you see the gutters. This gutter that runs straight across the fascia board is completely fine. It's nailed in. It's not leaning. It does not need any repairs. And then this downspout is clipped into the corner here, and then it runs out with a these are called extensions. There's no cost associated with that. We don't have to do anything there. Okay. Then I work down. There is right here is a soffit. This is a soffit right underneath of the gutter. Soffit is good. Doesn't need to be repaired. Doesn't need to be replaced. There's no issues there. Then there's a piece of trim that runs here, and then it's cut short here. Okay. There's this weird gap. This is where I'll come in with miscellaneous costs. This is not needed. This is just a stupid little aesthetic thing that bothers me, but it's not a repair, but I would categorize this in a bucket of called miscellaneous expenses. So, so far we have no cost. The windows look newer. So I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4 windows, and then the capping around the windows. So the capping around the windows is the metal that was bent. It looks like it's in really good shape. Here, it looks a little funky here, how it sits in here. It's called an inlay. So inlay is a little strange, but what I would still budget are 4 screens, so screen kits, and then I would do window rails on the interior, and I would just budget like $1,000 so far. So this is the first expense, is $1,000 exterior. Next thing I would do is with this window here, I'm gonna have to probably get it adjusted and then get this thing recapped here. So I'll just throw another $1,000 in for expenses. So we're at like say $2,000. So let me write it down. I mean, you could always type it in a spreadsheet, but if I'm really diving in and I have a realtor that needs like a final price, I'm going to do outside, inside. Okay. So outside, so far, I'm just putting window screens, capping, put 1,000, 1,000. So we got $1,000 each. We want to take this stupid tree down here. So we're going to cut the tree. We're going to mulch it here. I would say $400. So we'll put $400 to mulch it. $400. These are windows. So the glass on the windows are in good shape. So we don't have to change the glass. The rails inside of them are probably jacked up. Just looking at this home, they probably have some wear and tear on them. So like I said, inside of that $1,000 that I said here for window repairs, it's inside of these windows here. So then we're going to go over to just power washing the house. Like it's going to cost like $100 just to power wash that this whole house here. Okay. This gutter extension, we're going to need a new gutter extension, $25. So I literally go line by line on everything. This shitty green carpet, we're going to rip it up and put a new, nicer green carpet, $40. Okay. This little wooden post, I don't know what, oh, that's weird. Just sits there. Is that it right there? Mm-hmm. So I would just have a Hyro, just finish it off and like just square it off here and put like balusters in between and then a handrail. Let's just say that's $200. So we're doing a live virtual reno really right here. This is how we're going to really know what the cost of this entire renovation is going to be. We're still on the outside. Let's go through this picture. All right. So this looks like it needs a whole new corner post. So corner post is about $100 to install it. Let's say another $100, $200 for the corner post. These windows look a little dicey to me. So I'm going to based on what I see 1, 2, 3, which is odd to me. I don't know what this is in this angled picture. Yeah. So I would always, to cover our ass, just say it needs a new screen door, like glass screen door, slider door, and then 3 windows. Each window, just to be safe, say $250 a window. So that's $750 for the outside windows. And then a slider, let's say $2,000. See how these like renos start adding up quick and you start going crazy on this shit? And I'm just being basic. I'm not going bananas at all. But this is a typical distressed house. But you can really come up with your repair costs like when you really have to. All right, so this debacle. So picture us coming in. We need a new front door. So the first thing on the inside is the front door you want to do. Front door is typically like $250 unfinished. Let me just get like a primed front door. It's $500 to install it. Let's say it's $100. So let's say $600 for a front door. All right. Then we're going to go around. First thing I look at is from the top down always. It looks like there's something, the drywall is missing. And then there's these little lattice strips. So these strips here are called lattice strips. And back in the day, they would use these to like hang drywall or hang like drop ceilings. So this is like kind of irrelevant, but we could still use the lattice strips and just drywall here, spackle and paint it. So we used to do, just picture a piece of drywall is, and Donald's personally carried them into a home with me, so he knows the sizes of them. They're typically 8 feet by 11 feet. So if I'm looking at 8 feet by 11 feet just visually in my head, you would maybe need 2 pieces here. It probably needs 1, but let's just say 2 for, sake and purpose. A piece of drywall is roughly $15 right now. So if you think about 2 pieces of drywall is $30, a bucket of spackle is $30, but the spackle is going to be used throughout the whole house and then paint. So if I'm just thinking about repairing that ceiling, just ballpark $100. That's it. Just come up with $100. A lot of this stuff is like guessing, but just a little higher. So instead of us lowballing, we're going to go a little higher on the reno, and that gives us like, say, a 5 to 10% overage for numbers. All right. All this crap here, this whole rug, this is just an old, nasty, smelly rug that has to get ripped up, and then the trash has to get removed. So the first thing we have to talk about is a dumpster. So the dumpster will be taking place of the inside trash and then the exterior stuff. So anytime you look at a home like this, a very typical to just get a dumpster, to get everything removed, and then labor, always going at minimum $3,000. It's usually between $3,000 to $5,000. So I'm just going to say $3,000 because I looked at these other pictures. It's going to be $3,000 because this stuff starts weighing up. We got an old tire. Who knows how this tire got into this house? There's a tire there. Okay. There's a screen door here. You're going to have to throw this big, huge, heavy carpet out, all this nasty trash. There looks like a tree's in the house. This front door is heavy. All of it has to go in the dumpster. So that's where it adds up. And when you get the dumpsters come in 3 sizes. There's a 10-yard dumpster, a 20-yard dumpster, and a 30-yard dumpster. It's the same size of the football field. So if you're in a 10-yard, 20 yards, 30 yards, that's like the length of these dumpsters. 30 yards is typically the smartest one to get for a job of this size because there's just so much shit you have to put into it. Donald's seen enough of these in the job sites. You always get 30-yarders because there's like, these are just bigger jobs. So, all right. So then we move on. Another tire. So somehow this guy must have had an auto body shop in his house. All right. So this is this room. Let me go back. I'm sorry. I like going room by room. So this room here. So after this is pretty much removed, we have to then put a new carpet down. The trim, the base bar trim is in good shape. Going up the stairs, the trim that is between the treads, the steps that go up is in good shape. The walls seem like they just need to be like, let's say, touched up and painted. So for this room alone, I'm going to budget for painting alone and just cleaning up, I would say $500 to paint the room. So we're going to go room by room. So room 1, $500. And this is paint. Let me go back here because I want to give you guys it. All right, so the house is 1,100 square feet. Nikki, are you with me?
I'm here.
Okay, I need you to do some quick math. Let's do, so another little cheat code. Home is 1,180 square feet, okay? 3 bedrooms, 1 bath. If you do the math roughly in your brain, there's 3 bedrooms. Typically a bedroom size is about 100 square feet. So we're going to say of the 1,100 square feet, we're going to just ballpark and say we have 3 rooms at 100 square feet each. That is 300 square feet, okay? We have a living room here. That's going to be roughly another 300, or let's say, because this is Chester, I would say 200 square feet, okay? So we have 3 bedrooms counted for 300 square feet, living room, 200 square feet. So we have 500 square feet gone. We have 600 square feet left over, okay? We have a hallway. And then the stairs going up the steps. We're going to factor that into the square footage of, say, 50 square feet. So now the rest of the house is 550. Okay. Then we have the kitchen. And we have the bathroom that's left over, which would be the remaining 550. It sounds pretty big so a typical kitchen is about 250 square feet to 250. So there's no way that the bathroom's 250. Are you guys following me, or am I going a little off?
You're fine.
I'm fine? Okay.
Yeah.
So to me, I'm going to say an average bathroom is about 100 square feet. So the extra 250 that was left over, there's 100 extra square feet that I'm missing here. Like it's definitely in the living room or like the screen porch area. There has to be a screen porch because as I'm going through a normal house, there's something off here. So there's 100 square feet. So let's go back what I wrote down. 300 square feet for bedrooms, 200 square feet for the living room, 50 square feet for the hallways and the steps, and then 100 square feet for miscellaneous that I missed. So we're going to do the math. 3 plus 2 plus 100 plus 50 is 650. So 650 square feet have to get carpeted. Okay, this is how I'm coming up with the flooring cost. So, Nikki, can you give me the math? $1.50 times 650.
That's $975.
$975. All right. So our flooring cost on carpeting, the living room, steps, 3 bedrooms is $975. So that's labor, material, underpad. That's my square footage cost for my carpenter, my carpet guy. So we already know now our price for carpet, $975. So then we're going to move on to the additional $250. Okay. Now this is pretty simple. If we go to Home Depot or Lowe's and we buy tile, a piece of tile per square foot is typically, let's say now is $2. So we're going to do $2 per tile. And then there's mortar that you have to put on it and grout. So we're going to say the mortar cost and the grout cost is an extra $10 a square foot. So we have $2 plus, no, I'm sorry, not $10 a square foot. We're going to do it 50 cents a square foot for the grout. It's always 25% of the tile cost. Okay. So 50 cents. And then labor is a good rule of thumb for any tile installation for bathrooms and kitchens. It's typically the same price that you're paying for the tile. So we're going to say the labor cost is $2. So our cost now is $450 for labor, material, installation. So what's $450 times $250, Nikki?
That's $1,125.
1,150?
1,125.
125. Yeah. So we got 1,125 plus 975. What's the number there?
2,1.
Is it $2,100?
Yes.
All right.
Correct.
$2,100. All right. So we know that the flooring, so that's a pretty big thing to get knocked out, believe it. The flooring in this house, the cost to get the flooring done is $2,100. All right. So the flooring is done. All right, so let me just recap the interior. I'm not trying to, I want to get this right so you guys understand the logic here of how I do this stuff virtually. So interior, we have 600 for the front door, ceiling $200 repair, dumpster $3,000, flooring $2,100. Okay. So I'm just going to get the big items out of the way so we understand how to just quickly calculate this. 1,100 square feet. All right. So let's just do an overall paint number so we know like how we're going to quote the paint. So a typical home, which is 1,500 square feet, is labor and materials on the interior of a home is about $6,000 to do. So labor and materials, $6,000, and that's now in today's market. So if it's 1,100 square feet and a typical home is 6,000, I would say that this house is like, say, $4,500 for painting this house, labor and material. So we're going to say painting this thing, it's $4,500.
And that's the whole
house.
right?
Yeah. So now you have a pretty good gauge on. All right. So painting, we know this has to get painted. Remember, this is part of the dumpster fee, but we didn't come up with a demo number. Like, so there's going to be a laborers that have to come in and do all this stuff. So if you think about it, it's going to take them 1 day to do this. So 1 day. If they have 3 guys doing it in 1 day, it's probably going to cost about $800 to just demo this house. So we got to put $800 as a demo number. Okay. So we're kind of like we're almost there, honestly, to get a calculation of this house where it's done. So we go through here. This has to be, like we said, painted, patched up. We have the flooring already calculated. The trim we don't have to worry about because it already has trim. Okay. We have to look at, there's some drywall repair here in this room. So for this room, drywall repair, we're going to say to buy the piece of drywall. Remember I said $15. And then the material costs, we're going to just factor in, let's say $30 to do. So $30 drywall repair. Let's keep going. Let me put off to the side. Also, we want to talk about the electrical per room. So this room, we're going to put 1 light fixture. I put this off to the side. 1 light fixture. We'll count all the light fixtures that are needed. Kitchen, we're going to basically drywall this ceiling here. So back to the 250 square feet. Say this kitchen 250 square feet. We're going to have to drywall it. I would say we're going to typically need, like, let's say 10 boards for the ceiling to do. So to keep the number simple and fast, let's just say it's $500 to keep it simple. So you put $500 down for the kitchen to do. And then we have to do like a new kitchen cabinets. Each cabinet here, you can count 250. So going through the pictures, I would say base cabinets 250, upper cabinets are typically $200. So you're going to say, so 250 here. That's 250. Right here is 500. There's a cabinet. This cabinet here for a sink cabinet is typically 48 inches. So it's going to take this whole span here. So, and that cabinet's going to be, let's just on average just say 250 again. So that's 750. And then I'm going to count another cabinet here, which is $1,000 for base cabinets, for cheap base cabinets here. Okay. And then upper cabinets, we'll do the same thing. So upper cabinet is, to keep the number simple, we'll say 250, 1250. There doesn't need to be a cabinet here, so I wouldn't put a cabinet there. $1,500, $1,750, $2,000. So let's just say cabinets alone, $2,000 for cabinets. A countertop like this is a cheap Formica countertop. You can get it at Lowe's or Home Depot for $300. So for $300 for a countertop. Appliances, it only needs a range. So I would put $500 for a range. Install. So go through install price. Each cabinet is typically the same price of the cabinet. So the install price is the same as the cabinet price. So it's $2,000 to install the cabinets. Okay. So this is a deep breakdown of like getting your repair costs. You need a sink. Sink, $100. So sink, $100. So the only thing left right now, really from a cost standpoint, is going to be the bathroom and the mechanicals. I like to save the mechanicals either in the beginning or dead last to come up with a number. Since the way these pictures lay out, they don't have the basement, so we're going to have to guess those mechanicals at the end. All right, so the bathroom, pretty simple. So this tub, remember, we already cleaned this house out. So if you just picture it, house is cleaned out, all this bullshit's gone. We need a new toilet, $200 for a new toilet. Then we have a new vanity here. This is probably a 30-inch vanity. The vanity's $250. Then we're going to need to do a new mirror, which is like $50. And then we're going to have to basically, this is going to be part of the demo. We take this out, re-drywall this is probably like $500. So $500 for the bathroom. And then we're going to clean up this tub. This tub's fine. You just clean it up. And then around this, we're going to do an insert. So this is an insert. We're just going to do a new insert. Inserts are typically $500 labor materials to put an insert in. Yeah. So now the only thing I would tally up that we didn't do are doors. So interior doors. And this is a simple way of doing it. Interior doors, light fixtures, and plumbing fixtures. Okay. So picture how many interior doors you're going to have. There's 3 bedrooms, so that's 3 doors. Okay. The bathroom door is a 4th door. There's typically a basement door, so you do five doors. Okay. And then there's also going to be closet doors. So if you do the math, 3 bedrooms are going to have 3 interior doors and 3 closet doors. So that's 6. Then you're going to have a bathroom with a door. That's 7. Basement doors, 8. And then any home has at least 2 more closets in total. All right. So you have 10 total doors for this house. Each door is about $100, $1,000 for doors. Okay. So you have your doors out of the way. Remember, we're virtually doing a renovation. Plumbing fixtures. So plumbing fixtures for this house is super easy. All you need it for is the sink in the kitchen and the bathroom. You need a faucet, and then you need a shower head. Okay. So each is like $100. So you have $300 in plumbing fixtures when you're done. Okay. Light fixtures, you do it basically by the room. So if you have 3 bedrooms, a living room, a kitchen, and a bathroom. That's 6 light fixtures. $100 a light fixture, that's $600. Okay. This would be easy to type up in a spreadsheet. I like to write it down. So this is how I do it. And then besides that, you're going to have now the basement. Basement, you're going to have to clean this thing out. So just clean this out, and then painting it is probably going to be about $1,000 to do so. $1,000 to clean it out. Clean out. It definitely needs electrical ran inside the house. This is how I always calculate mechanicals. So if it ever needs electric, HVAC, or plumbing, just count electric and plumbing at $5,000. There's nothing that you can do that's less than $5,000 in electrical or plumbing. So it's always $5,000 each trade. This house seems like it needs both trades, so I would do $10,000 total between the 2 trades. You're not going to do HVAC here. You're just going to do a boiler. Boiler is always $5,000. So you put another $5,000 on. So the 3 trades is $15,000. Hot water heater. To me, getting a new hot water heater, installing it to be safe is $1,000. You get $1,000 to do it. All right, so I'm gonna roll back. Nikki, if you can count this. This is literally every line item possible in a house that you need to do. Outside, we have 1,000, 1,000, 400, 100, 200, 40, 200, 200, 750, 2,000. On the exterior,
I got 5,089.
5,000? Yeah. Okay. So we have 5,890, 4,000. All right. Since Donald's here, let me give him the inside. All right. So we have interior. We have 2190, 2190, $600, $1,000, $3,000, 4,500, 800, 530, 4,000, 800, 1,000, 520, 250, 50, 500, 1,000, and then 15,000.
15,000.
Yeah.
35,740.
So we have 35,740, and then Donald said 5,890 earlier, right?
Mhm.
So what's the math on those two numbers?
It's 41,630.
I had Renault at 55. There's my wholesale.
Yeah. But that's like a detailed number, you know,
Yeah.
every single fucking number broken down.
Yeah.
So it's pretty damn accurate. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And they always do like 5 to like 10% like over on
Yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely. I always do a $5,000 just like oh shit for the back end. So like even this is like 46,630, and Donald just ballpark 55 grand. But at least we know if we went detailed line by line, we're kind of there. You know what I mean? Like we're there. We can really give an accurate number. So if we're negotiating it, like say 46,000, we know all right, we're right there. You know what I mean? But this is when we walk a house and we're really like serious about buying a house. Then we go like line by line, whether it's virtually or in person. But you could do the same exact thing by looking at it this way or going to the house yourself.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. As long as you have like good photos.
Good photos, yeah.
Yeah.
This is when you get really deep when you're buying the property. But if we're wholesaling it or not, you can't get that deep. But this gives you a gauge that you can literally do the same exact thing virtually and do the renovation. What I would say too is always just go through like the square footage of a home and look at like, all right, how many rooms are in this place? So if it's 3 bedrooms, there's more than 3 bedrooms. There's a kitchen, bathroom, and a living room. So there's probably about 6 rooms in a home. And then you can say, all right, each room, what will they probably need on average? You know, it's going to need flooring, it's going to need painting, and there's going to be a light fixture. And then the rooms that always need plumbing fixtures and are bathrooms and kitchens. So if there's only 2 bathrooms, you can kind of say, all right, these bathrooms need plumbing fixtures, a toilet, XYZ. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I've just done a lot of these where you can kind of just like roll through like, all right, the bathroom's going to need a renovation, kitchen's going to need a renovation. If you ever want to just have a ballpark number within a renovation, a kitchen typically is going to cost you like say 10 grand. Bathroom will be 5 grand. I always say a bathroom is half the price of a kitchen. You know,
okay,
on average, and you're talking about appliances included, all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The kitchen 10, bathroom 5. But if you're going micro on this stuff, you always do. I always say minimum kitchen has like 10 cabinets. So if I do 10 cabinets, $250 a cabinet, $2,500 for cabinets. You know, because you can't have more than 10 cabinets because there's appliances that take up a footprint. So you can't. That's why I say 10 cabinets is a good average of knowing like a kitchen's about $2,500 in cabinets, and there's a countertop. Let's say that's 500. That's 3,000 for those things. The appliances are about, you know, so kind of like you'll get a gauge on all this shit when you start the repetition.
Yeah.